At 85 years old, I thought pain was just part of getting older. For over a decade, I lived with it, quiet, nagging, ever-present. Doctors tried. Pills tried. I tried. And then, a forgotten spice in my kitchen, turmeric, gave me something I never expected: relief. Not overnight. Not perfectly. But enough to make me feel like myself again. And today, I'll show you how it happened. Hi there, and welcome. If you've been living with pain, whether it's in your knees, your back, your hands, you're not alone. My name's George, and for over 10 years, I struggled with chronic pain. It started small. A little stiffness in the morning. A dull ache after a walk. But slowly, it grew louder. Doctors gave me prescriptions. Physical therapy. Supplements. I tried heating pads, cold packs, everything you can name. Some days I could barely sleep. I won't lie, there were moments I lost hope. I thought, maybe this is just what aging feels like. But then something simple, something I already had in my spice rack, changed things. Turmeric. Just a spoonful of golden powder I'd ignored for years. Now, I'm not here to promise you a miracle. This isn't a commercial. I'm not selling anything. I just want to share what worked for me, because if it helped me, maybe it can spark some relief for you too. So if you're ready, let's begin this story, not just about turmeric, but about rediscovering hope, one small step at a time. Living with pain, a senior's struggle. It began with a gentle stiffness in my knees. Nothing alarming at first, just a tug when I stood up too quickly or after sitting too long. But over time, that tug became a throb, especially on damp mornings. I brushed it off, chalked it up to age. But soon, my hands started to betray me too. Simple tasks, gripping a fork, buttoning a shirt, became slow and painful. And then came the aching in my back. Not the kind you can stretch away, but a deep, dull soreness that settled in like an unwelcome guest. Pain didn't arrive all at once. It crept in slowly, quietly, until one day I realized it was everywhere. It wasn't just in my joints, it was in my life. Walking to the mailbox became a challenge. Climbing stairs felt like a mountain. I stopped gardening, something I used to love. Even standing at the stove to cook a warm meal became exhausting. My world began to shrink. I avoided outings with friends, I hesitated to accept invitations, and little by little, the confidence I once had started to fade. Of course, I searched for help. Doctors prescribed anti-inflammatory pills. I tried them all: ibuprofen, naproxen, even stronger medications. At first, there was hope. But with each new prescription came new side effects: upset stomach, dizziness, fatigue. Physical therapy was recommended. I went, diligently, twice a week. The therapists were kind, and some stretches helped for a time, but the pain always came back. I rubbed on creams that promised warmth and relief. I invested in ergonomic chairs and heating pads. I did my best to stay active with gentle exercises. But the truth? Every solution felt temporary. Every effort, disappointing. What hurt the most wasn't just the physical pain, it was the emotional weight it carried. There were nights I couldn't sleep because the ache in my legs kept me awake. I'd lie there in the dark, listening to the clock tick, wondering how long I could keep living like this. I started to feel like a burden, on my family, on my wife, even on myself. I didn't want to complain, but I didn't want to suffer in silence either. And yet, somehow, I did both. I stopped talking about it. But the pain was always there. Pain doesn't always scream. Sometimes it just follows you everywhere. A silent thief that steals your strength and spirit a little each day. And as the years went on, I accepted it, not because I wanted to, but because I didn't know what else to do. That was my life until turmeric. The shift, discovering turmeric by chance. It all started with a simple phone call, one I wasn't expecting to change anything. My niece, Emily, called to check in. She's a nurse practitioner, always learning new things and sharing them with me, whether I ask or not. That evening, I must have sounded more worn out than usual because she asked, gently, how my pain was doing. I gave her the usual answer, still there. She paused and then said, Uncle George, have you ever tried turmeric? I laughed. You mean the yellow stuff in curry? I remembered seeing a dusty jar of it in the back of my spice cabinet, untouched for who knows how long. But she wasn't joking. She told me she'd been reading about turmeric's anti-inflammatory properties and how some of her older patients were experimenting with it. It's not a cure, she said, but some folks are feeling real changes with it. That night, curiosity got the better of me. I pulled out that old spice jar. It smelled earthy, like something ancient. I sat at the kitchen table and typed turmeric for pain into my tablet. What I found surprised me. Page after page, articles, studies, testimonials. This wasn't some passing fad. Turmeric, and more specifically its active compound curcumin, had been studied in modern medical journals for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. But what truly amazed me was its history. Turmeric has been used for over 4,000 years in Ayurvedic and traditional Indian medicine. Not just for flavor, but as a remedy for joint pain, digestive issues, and even wounds. I read that in India, older adults often drink a golden milk mixture, warm milk with turmeric, every night to soothe their bodies and support healing. And here I was, sitting with a jar of it in my own home, unaware of its potential. I didn't expect a miracle, but I was willing to listen. And what I found gave me something even better than instant relief, hope. After years of disappointment, something inside me stirred. Maybe, just maybe, this simple golden spice could be part of the answer I'd been searching for. Why turmeric works, simple science for seniors. So, why did turmeric work? Why does something as simple as a spice, one most of us have sitting in the back of our kitchen cabinet, have such powerful effects on pain and inflammation? Let's start with inflammation. You can think of it like your body's alarm system. When you get injured or sick, your body sends out signals, like a fire alarm, to fight off whatever's wrong. This is good inflammation. It helps you heal. But sometimes, especially as we age, that alarm system doesn't turn off. The body stays in fight mode, even when there's no threat. This is called chronic inflammation, and it's a big reason behind ongoing pain in our joints, muscles, and even internal organs. That's where turmeric comes in, more specifically, its active ingredient, curcumin. Curcumin is like a calming voice for the body's alarm system. It gently tells it, hey, you can settle down now. It works to lower the ongoing inflammation without shutting down your immune system or upsetting your stomach like some medications do. That means less swelling, less stiffness, and, over time, less pain. But here's something important I learned. Curcumin doesn't absorb well on its own. Your body has a hard time taking it in. That's where black pepper comes in. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine, and when you take turmeric with just a pinch of it, your body can absorb up to 2,000% more curcumin. So now, every time I make my little turmeric drink or sprinkle it into my food, I always add a bit of black pepper. It makes all the difference. One of the reasons turmeric works so well for seniors is because it's gentle. Unlike harsh painkillers that can irritate the stomach, raise blood pressure, or harm the kidneys, turmeric works with your body, not against it. It's not a quick fix, but it doesn't come with the baggage of side effects either. It gives your body what it needs to begin healing at its own pace. It's not magic, it's just nature working slowly, deeply, and kindly. And that's exactly how older bodies need it. The recipe, step-by-step plus personal routine. Now let me show you exactly how I made my golden turmeric drink, The very one I started having every night that slowly began changing my life. This wasn't just a recipe, it became a moment for me. A nightly ritual. A quiet act of self-respect. The ingredients are simple. Here's what you'll need. 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric powder, organic if possible. 1 cup of plant-based milk. I like unsweetened almond or oat milk, but you can use whatever sits well with you. A pinch of black pepper, about 1/8 teaspoon, don't skip this. 1/2 teaspoon of coconut oil or olive oil. Healthy fats help your body absorb the curcumin. Optional, 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger for added warmth and anti-inflammatory benefits. Optional, 1 teaspoon of raw honey for taste and soothing effects, add it after heating. How to prepare it on the stove. In a small saucepan, pour your milk and gently warm it on low heat. Don't let it boil, just warm enough that steam begins to rise. Add in your turmeric powder and stir slowly. Next, sprinkle in the black pepper and add the oil. Stir again until everything blends into a smooth golden color. If you're adding ginger, stir it in now. Let the mixture warm for about 5 to 7 minutes. Stir gently the whole time. It's like stirring calm into your evening. Remove from heat. If you're using honey, let the drink cool slightly before adding it to keep the nutrients intact. Pour it into your favorite mug. Sit somewhere quiet. Sip slowly. Why I take it at night? I found that drinking this about 30 to 60 minutes before bed made the biggest difference. Not only did it soothe the aches in my joints, but it also seemed to quiet my mind and body for better sleep. It became my signal to wind down. No phones, no noise, just me, my warm mug, and a little peace. Common mistakes to avoid. Don't overdo the turmeric. More isn't better. It can cause stomach upset or nausea if taken in large amounts. Never skip the black pepper. Without it, your body can't absorb the curcumin properly. Don't rush the process. Let the drink heat slowly. This isn't fast food, it's comfort, made with intention. This wasn't just about drinking something healthy. It became something sacred. A small moment where I chose myself, my healing, my rest. And over time, this tiny habit, just 10 minutes at the end of each day, became a bridge back to comfort. The first 4 days, signs of hope returning. I'll never forget those first 4 days. Not because the pain disappeared, but because something far more important came back, hope. When you've lived with discomfort for so long, even the smallest change can feel like a miracle. Day 1 was filled with doubt. Honestly, I didn't expect anything. I had my golden drink, sat quietly, and went to bed. The pain was still there, but something was different. I felt a quiet sense of peace. For the first time in a while, I wasn't fighting my body. I was supporting it. And that shift, mentally, mattered more than I realized. Day 2, I woke up and noticed a subtle shift. It wasn't dramatic. But getting out of bed felt easier. My knees didn't scream when I stood. The usual morning stiffness was still there, but it loosened faster. I walked to the kitchen with less hesitation. It made me curious. Was this just coincidence? I wondered. Still, I followed the same routine that night. Turmeric, pepper, oil, patience. Day 3, I had more energy. Not the kind that makes you want to run a marathon, but the kind that makes you want to move. I caught myself standing taller, stretching deeper, and even reaching for things on the shelf without fear. I wasn't just feeling better, I was feeling less afraid of movement. That's when I started to realize, pain had trained me to shrink, to stay still, to brace. But now, I was starting to feel safe in my own body again. Day 4 was emotional. Not because the pain was gone, it wasn't. But I looked in the mirror that morning and said to myself, your body isn't broken. It's waking up. I felt a lump in my throat. For years, I'd blamed my body, resented it, felt trapped in it. But that morning, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time: gratitude. My body hadn't given up on me. It was just waiting for the right kind of help. It wasn't about pain vanishing, it was about me returning. My walk, my breath, my courage. I started to believe again, not just in turmeric, but in the idea that small, natural steps could still lead to big healing, even in your 80s. Reflections and closing message. As we come to the end of this journey, I want to leave you with a few honest thoughts, lessons I learned not just from turmeric, but from the act of slowing down and listening to my body. First, turmeric isn't a miracle. It's not going to erase decades of pain overnight. But what it can offer, with consistency, patience, and care, is a gentle shift. A turning point. One that says healing is still possible, even if it's slow, even if it's quiet. Relief doesn't always come like a lightning bolt. Sometimes, it comes in tiny ripples: less stiffness in the morning, a more restful night's sleep, a sense of lightness when you move. Those small changes, if you welcome them and stick with the routine, can lead to big transformations over time. What worked best for me was combining this natural remedy with other small lifestyle changes. I started eating better, more real food, less processed stuff. I walked a little more. I made sure I rested without guilt. I gave my body the ingredients it needed to recover. And in doing so, I gave myself a chance, not to go back in time, but to move forward with less pain and more peace. So, if you're watching this and wondering if it's too late for you, it's not. I'm 84, and I finally learned, it's never too late to feel better. Sometimes what heals us isn't in a pill bottle, but in a simple cup we make for ourselves. One that tells our body, I'm listening. I care. I haven't given up. Stay curious. Stay hopeful. Be gentle with yourself. And never stop believing that change is still possible. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.